everybody, Joe Vanourney, Chair of the Geek TV. We are here at San Diego Comic-Con 2024 talking about the new audio drama True Noir, the assassination of Anton Cermak, and we are joined by the director, executive producer of this audio drama, Robert Meyer Burnett.
Thanks for having me.
So awesome to talk to you. Give us an overview. What is True Noir? What is the story? What is it based on? How did you get involved, and what attracted you to the project?
Well, what's interesting, it's based on, Max Allan Collins has written a 19-novel series about a fictional detective named Nathan Heller. And it goes from the early 30s to late 60s. But the gist is, or the hook is, that Nathan Heller's fictional, but all the stories he gets involved with are real. Real characters. And this book, the first book, was called True Detective. It's basically a sequel to both the Untouchables and Max's own story, Road to Perdition. So in this story, Al Capone's already in jail. Elliot Ness is wrapping up his time in Chicago because Prohibition is about to end. And Nathan Heller gets involved. He actually gets hired by Al Capone to try and prevent the assassination of Chicago Mayor Anton Cermak, who he thinks his second-in-command, Frank Nitti, is going to assassinate because Cermak tried to kill Nitti. And we'll see whether that worked out or not.
Awesome. So people know you. You've done everything in your years in Hollywood, right? You've produced documentaries and special features on DVDs. You've directed a movie-free enterprise. Yeah. You have your own YouTube show or Observations. Why audio drama? What attracted you to this format for this project?
When I was a kid, other than Star Trek and The Twilight Zone, I loved the CBS Radio Mystery Theater. It was on at 10:07 every night. And I was in bed at 10:07, and I loved it. It ran like 3,000 episodes. E.G. Marshall hosted it. And then I love Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the radio show. I love the NPR Star Wars. And then most recently, things like The Sandman audio drama was great, and Batman Unbound, or Batman Unburied, that was written by David Goyer. So I was like, trying to raise money for movies is really hard. But you need a lot less money to make an epic audio drama. And so I'd met Max Allan Collins, and he told me about this series of books. I read the first book. I'm like, this is awesome. And I'm like, if we could do this. And so my approach to this is, unlike, it's not an audio drama in my mind, it's a movie just without the cinema. So we've been approaching it. It's written like a film. Max's script, it could be a feature film or a streaming series. The casting, my casting director, I called Christine Sheeks to be a producer on this. She casts like Boogie Nights, and I've known her for years. And I said, listen, I sent her the script. She's like, this script is incredible. And I didn't write it. It was Max adapting his own work. But I said, we need actors that can do justice to the words. And she had worked on 3 Coen Brothers movies, and I'm like, that's what we need. We need an eclectic Coen Brothers cast. And it's kind of a bespoke cast. And like the first person I wanted was Anthony LaPaglia, because he was Al Capone in Road to Perdition, but he got cut out of the film. And I loved, you can watch his clip on YouTube. I'm like, let's get him. And can we do that? And he was doing a play in Sydney, Australia, but he worked on his dark day, and we recorded his lines as Capone. He was amazing. And suddenly after that happened, all these other actors suddenly are like, oh. And we went after targeted people to get, and we pretty much got everybody we wanted. And this cast is unbelievable.
It's an amazing cast. There's a Kickstarter going on right now where people can pre-order it in different formats.
Yes, and the thing was, for us, what's interesting is normally you raise money on Kickstarter to make your project. But we had the money to make it, so now it's to buy it. Like, we want to see how much interest, and you can buy it as a digital download. You can buy the Blu-ray, which has multiple sound mixes, a 2-channel mix, 5.1 mix, I hope, a Dolby Atmos mix. I want to do what I really want to do. It's not on the Kickstarter yet, to make a vinyl box set. 11 records. You've got the 10 episodes and the soundtrack album. That would cost like $400, but I just want one. And maybe another bunch of people would too.
And there's other perks as well. People can get their names.
They can get their names in it. Yeah, you can have your name as a case file, because all the Nathan Heller cases have names. So if you want to do that, you'll get your name. And then there's people, you can have a line of dialogue or be in it, and you can pick which scene you want to be in. So there's a lot to do up there.
That's awesome. So check out that Kickstarter page. Order it.
Just find it on Kickstarter.
And this is Robert Meyer Burnett. I'm Joe Vanourney. Check out Cherry the Geek TV for more coverage here at San Diego Comic-Con 2024.